Have you ever been playing with the idea to set up a landscape photography business, but you never get to take the first steps? In this video I talk about the 5 most common reasons that might be holding you back and what you can do about it. Hi, I'm Kim from Landscape to Art. If this is your first time on this channel, subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button below the video. Many landscape photographers dream about one day to make a living from photography, but unfortunately only a few get a business off the ground. And most people think they're not good enough, or they don't have anything to, or the necessary skills to start a business, but that's not exactly the truth. The fact is that most people already have all the knowledge that they need to start a business. The problem is the implementation, to really get going and take action and stop fearing. And this is the reason for not taking action. It's mostly the fears and all the limiting beliefs that you're not good enough. So let's get started and look at the 5 of the most important reasons that might be holding you back. The first reason is you're worrying way too much about your imperfections. And it is totally normal to have doubt about yourself and that you think that you are not good enough. And this imposter syndrome is very typical. And when you look at other photographers that have been successful with their business, don't forget that they have done this for a while, and that's the reason they are not successful. No one gets success overnight. It will take time. But with the belief that you're not good enough and you're not ready, you'll never get to start. So fears and self-doubt make you focus on the wrong things, like camera and software, to just waste your time. If you look back and when you started to learn photography, you probably will think now, as you have all the experience, that it was actually easy. And at that time you also probably focused on the wrong things and everything looked overwhelming. It's the same with business. You have to start and learn some basic skills, some business and marketing skills. But this is actually simple as long as you focus on the right things. And also you already have enough skills to get started. Photographers that take action, and they will win this game. And so you should drop the mental blocks you have and get started. Don't be this perfectionist that never get things done. Just start small and grow from there. The second thing is you are worrying about the costs, and this is also a common belief that people are holding them back from starting a business. So because you think you have to spend a lot of money to get up a business, to run a business. You have to spend a lot of marketing and advertising. So this is a typical fear, but starting a photography business in 2021 doesn't really have to cost a lot of money. One of the reasons that you might think that it's expensive to start a business is that you believe that you have to upgrade all your gear, a better camera, a full frame camera, or some additional lenses, or even a better tripod, backpack. And all these things are unnecessary. It's expenses that you don't really have to spend when you're starting out. If you already have a decent camera, which I believe you have as you are considering a business at all, you should not spend any extra money on gear. Because actually customers, they don't care about what camera you have or what the tripod you are using. Maybe except for some photographers that are hung up in gear. And if you have customers, nobody will ever ask you what camera you took the pictures with, or what camera or lens you use before they book your service or workshop. Instead, they will ask, what skills do you have? What have you accomplished? And what can you help them with? What can you help them achieve? In the end, it's not the quality of the camera that decides the quality of your work. It is yourself, how you take care of your customers, what your level of service, what you can teach them or enjoy them and entertain them, whatever you are doing. So to start a landscape photography business, you don't need to invest anything actually, because most likely you already have a website, a portfolio website, and this one is perfectly good to start with. So don't obsess about softwares either. The only thing you might need is an email system in addition to your website. So the costs of software like your website or portfolio, it's already costs that you have that are running already. The third thing that might be worrying you is that you think you don't have enough time. And it's easy to believe that landscape photography is all about traveling all over the world and take a lot of fancy photos. And that's even maybe the reason that you wanted to start a photography business. But if you base your business on traveling and taking photos, it's very risky and expensive business model in the beginning. And also it requires you to quit your day job, and that's probably not what you want to do to begin with at first. You should build your business successively and starting a blog first or a YouTube channel and see how it works out for you. And this doesn't have to take a lot of time, and you can perfectly do it besides a full-time job. So instead of traveling to other places, you can offer local services. You can create digital products, and digital products you don't really have to travel at all. And all this, you can do all this as a side job and earn a decent extra money as a landscape photographer. And then when you have some income and you have earned some money, you can expand this money further and invest them in marketing and advertisement. The most important is to get started. And it's an illusion to believe that you can run a business and just do photography. Of course, you love photography, but running a business requires that you are doing marketing, and you have to control your finances, and you have to do all this boring stuff. It's impossible to make a good, profitable business just by taking photos all day long. The fourth thing that a lot of photographers are worrying about when they are considering to start a business is that they will not get any customers. They will not get any income. And this is another typical mistake that is also based on a false belief. Because what is the worst that can happen if you offer something and no one's buy? Yeah, it's simple. You just don't sell, and that's it. Nothing worse can happen. And the mistake many photographers do is to offer their work for free of this reason. And the result is the same. You don't get any money if you sell or offer your services for free and think that will be a good business model. And if all these fears hold you back from even starting your business, what happens? Well, you don't make any money from photography. And for every day you're holding back and you don't start, you are just losing money that you could have earned. So let's say you could sell a $250 digital course, and you could sell four of these courses per month. That's $1,000 extra income each and every month. And if you put this off a year, you have actually lost $12,000. And if you wait 2 more years or another year before you start your business, you have lost $24,000. And most important in business is to get started. And the only thing that is for sure is that if you never get started, you will not make any sales at all. The fifth worry is about overwhelm and where to start. You don't really know where to start a business. And no matter what you do and how good your work is, if people don't find you, you will not sell anything. So you need a marketing plan. That's the first thing that you have to consider. And it's your marketing that determines how successful your business will be. Your success is not determined by your photo or your prints or your photos. It is how you market your work that is important. And a marketing plan must include who is your audience, your target audience, and what is it that you're offering to them. It needs to be clear what you're offering to your potential customers. And in addition, you must have a system that constantly brings in new leads. And this doesn't need to be complicated. You can start any business with a simple website and an email system. And that's all you need to begin with. The big mistake that many photographers that are starting businesses do is to spend time on considering which software to use or which social platform is the best. It doesn't matter. All of them basically do the same thing. So just jump on one platform and social platform and start from there. What is important, however, is the content you are adding on these platforms. The content must be in line with what your goals are and who your audience are. Making sure that your marketing message is right is key to any business. If you offer a low price, you will attract audience that only looks for low prices, and that's probably not what you want in the long run. And if you take or offer a lot of freebies, you will attract freebie seekers. And people that are attracted by everything that's free, they will probably not spend any money on your offers anyhow. And with all this, your sales will suffer if you don't attract the right audience that are willing to pay for what you're offering. All people have a natural fear of doing stuff that is new to them, because we don't want to fail. We don't want others to see that we are doing mistakes, and we don't want others to see our mistakes. And the worst that can happen if you fail is that you just learn something new. You learned a lesson. And when you learn a lesson, you can avoid doing the same mistakes again. So you make adjustments and just try once more. Not a single business is a success from the start. And if you want to start a business, the biggest mistake you can make is not to get started. To learn more about the 3 key elements you must have in place to start a landscape photography business, watch this video next. And until next week, ha det bra, goodbye.